Hello and welcome to Scott United, where I, Scott, and my team of Scots, who are also me, bring you the latest in movies, television, and popular culture. So, today is a grudge match. Grudge match between two sci-fi fantasy shows that have recently debuted. Which one's better? We shall see. So, I had started his Dark Materials at one point, when it first came on, actually, and I don't know, didn't exactly access the first episode and just sort of left it and kept meaning to get back to it. But then I finally did and gave it a couple more episodes. It really grows on you. I took a look at the new Netflix series, Witcher, starring Henry Cavill. Superman, at least up until a point. Daphne Keane is the lead. She's the girl, and you'll know her as the little girl from Logan. Loved Henry Cavill in The Last Mission Impossible. Daphne Keane was Titanic and Logan, so strong leads in both. So, I love me some world building. I love, cultures and names and creatures, and give me some creech, and I am happy, generally. It did feel, and I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but there's a lot. There's a lot of names and places and like kingdom kind of things and people with strange relationships. There's a grandmother that looks too young to be a grandmother, in my estimation. There's a lot. There's a lot. Elves. Yeah, it feels like in their attempt at world building, they want to have like some sexy elements, some political elements, magic. Having seen both of these as well, and this is really helping me decide what I like better, Witcher isn't the easiest thing to follow. Ruth Wilson, who lately was on The Affair on Showtime. She was in Luther. She's been in some stuff. She's fantastic as the villainous Ms. Coulter. Lin-Manuel Miranda is in it, and he's really fun. He's kind of like a Han Solo type, maybe, in a way. Kind of an aeronaut that's kind of a scoundrel, but has a heart of gold type thing. Plus, there's armored polar bears. Definitely a stronger, more accomplished, all-around cast in his Dark Materials. And wigs. Always, of course, with fantasy, you've got wigs. And I can't say that the wig that Henry Cavill's wearing is necessarily a good wig. I mean, and people call him white-haired, but it's definitely gray. So it's like, either they should have, and I guess this was a book series and also a video game series. So... And I ended up looking at the image on the, and like, yeah, he's definitely white-haired in the video game. So it's just like, okay, well then why couldn't you just make him a white wig? Is it because it would get dirty too easily, or I don't know why. But I'm a little baffled. I'm a little puzzled, and perplexed. Now these are both adaptations. So how did that translate? It does come from a book series, intended for children. It isn't like the HBO-ish of HBO shows, since it's, there's not a whole lot of nudity and swearing, but it's good. It's well-paced. You understand the rules essentially as they unfold of the world and what's being revealed that they're finding out about the world. And it builds, and it has some really great heartfelt moments and a lot of, honestly, even really good supporting actors. So all in all, certainly it builds to a exciting hint into the next season, and I think it's really worth watching. It also essentially has 3 storylines going at the same time, at least to begin. There's like him, there's this princess, and then who's a girl, and then there's this like sorceress-to-be who, so far, I think she has the most interesting arc. When they give her beauty makeover, she kind of fizzles. I kind of liked her better when she was like weird. There's times where I'm like, is this going for like a, Xena warrior princess camp vibe, or is it going for like more of a Game of Thrones, world full of, intrigue and betrayal vibe, or is it going for like high fantasy, Lord of the Rings, or all at once? And you can never do it all at once, right? Honestly, in the end, Witcher was trying to be too much and didn't really stick the landing, didn't really, stick the whole thing. I mean, they tried to bring these 3 threads together in multiple timelines, and they just were trying to spin so many plates, it kind of felt, oh, okay, by the end. Whereas his Dark Materials also have kind of parallel storylines that emerge. There are, rules of the world to learn, and that takes a little bit of time, but it's just crafted and created more strongly, better, and with more emotional resonance. Plus, I haven't really seen, to my mind, enough semi-naked or naked Henry Cavill yet. True. So, would we watch more Witcher when season 2 comes around? Yeah, probably, I guess. Would we watch more of his Dark Materials? Definitely. And so there you go. Take your pick. As for us, we are going to wrap up now to go and watch the Golden Globes. Not because they really matter in the awards equations, and not that they're not kind of silly and kind of just a vanity project of about 70 people that barely even write anything to be called journalists. But nonetheless, it's a good time. So I hope you watch. We'll have some feedback, some responses to tonight's Golden Globes next week, as well as 2 movies that you should see, and we'll be back. So have a good week, and we'll see you then.